Autism and Developmental Delay, the moment I realized it was possible. Hello everyone, today in this video I'm going to share my experience with my son diagnosed with autism for whom I implemented neuromodulation intensively since October 2025, which is about 3 months as of the day this video is being made. And I'm going to share with you the exceptional progress I've been able to achieve following the implementation of this neuromodulation. Alexandre is a child who was diagnosed with level 1 ASD autism at the age of 3. I've been in a therapeutic wandering, meaning searching for solutions somewhat desperately, as you probably are too today, over all these past years, from age 3 to 9, that is, over these last 6 years. I've consulted many psychologists, specialists, the ABA psychoanalysts, doctors, pediatricians, neurologists. And I tried to consult different ones, obviously, to try to get different points of view, different perspectives, without ever reaching anything convincing. The most convincing thing I found is what the literature gives us, which is ABA. ABA, the behavioral therapy that consists of motivating the child with rewards. There are training courses on the subject for the type of situation specifically of program for which I was extremely disappointed, and for which I sincerely think, as a parent of an autistic child, and I think you're in the same situation, that this can obviously improve your child, but in an extremely limited, extremely weak way. If your child has a neurological blockage, ABA won't change much. It might improve the symptoms a little bit, but you're going to invest a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of hope for a return on investment that will be very low. That was my case. I did ABA training, I researched, I paid many teachers without really having significant long-term results. My son, to give you the picture, has the whole range. So he had limbic imbalance, laughing for nothing, crying for nothing very frequently, impossible to sit in class for more than 20 minutes, self-stimulation, little noises. He would write like that in the air to self-stimulate. He would write in the air, and then he'd take a small slate and write the alphabet. Or numbers, probably like your child too, with a logical sequence, what we call restricted interests. Auditory hypersensitivity. As soon as I put on a little music, he would cover his ears like this as soon as I touched him. For example, the leg like this, bursts of laughter, so a tactile hypersensitivity. So all these are really brain dysfunctions in terms of how it works, that nothing could make go away over these last 6 years. Neither time nor natural maturation, nor ABA interventions, neither sports, nor drawing, nor biking, nor anything. So they were really after effects or dysfunctions that, well, okay. I was at a stage where I was resigned. It means that I fought a lot. I tried to find solutions. I put all my energy into it without finding a solution. And after 6 years, I was at a stage where I was telling myself, I have to accept it. That's what they tell you, probably. They tell you to accept that your child is autistic. There's nothing you can do. You might improve things a bit, but you must accept it. It's useless. And then you work hard. You try all day long. You fight, you sweat to try to improve things. But the return on investment, let's be honest, is very low. Until the month of October 2025, which for me was a turning point because there was a before and an after in the calendar. From the moment I implemented neuromodulation for Alexandre, many symptoms started to disappear one after the other. First symptom that completely disappeared, hypersensitivity, auditory, tactile, completely 1 week of neuromodulation, of transcranial stimulation. I was shocked and euphoric at the same time, meaning that Alexandre can listen to music at 100 decibels like in a nightclub without putting his hands over his ears. Today, no more tactile sensitivity. Imagine you find a solution that truly starts to improve your child after 6 years, maybe more, maybe less. I think that the earlier we intervene, the better it is, because a child's brain is more plastic when they're very young and ideally before the age of 6. And the older the child gets, the more the child grows, the more the windows of plasticity will close. And the harder it will be to improve your child, whether with ABA. Well, for me, it didn't have much impact, but I hope it does for you. Or whether it's through neuromodulation, based on all my research. Today, the single criterion, the two ideal criteria to improve your child are: one, neuromodulation. If your child is truly autistic structurally, you won't cure them, be careful, you won't cure your child, you'll improve them based on the scientific literature. I'm telling you this, I invite you to check the sources, they're in the description of this video. Today we have over 5,000 scientific articles on neuromodulation and the improvements it can bring to various conditions, including autism. It's still at an exploratory stage for autistic children, but we're starting to see excellent results in the literature. But that's not all. Neuromodulation allows you to open up a plasticity that has closed off, and that changes everything. Why? Because beyond a certain age, your child's brain becomes less and less plastic, less and less malleable, making it increasingly difficult to change autistic traits that may be deeply embedded in the structure of your child's brain. And neuromodulation will open it up, whether it's TDCS, TACS, or TPS. There are various neuromodulation techniques that all share the common goal of opening up brain plasticity. So that means when you open up your child's brain plasticity and combine it with educational therapies, you'll get a multiplied effect compared to center-based therapies with an educator doing ABA exercises simply to stimulate your child. That's garbage. Pardon my French. In terms of the investment to effectiveness ratio, it's garbage. Today, with neuromodulation, you can not only combine this educational therapy, but also multiply the speed of your child's brain improvement and learning by enhancing plasticity before the educational therapy. I invite you to read the scientific literature on the subject. There are very interesting articles on the opening of plasticity that neuromodulation provides, which is a major lever in your child's improvement. So the winning synergy, based on my experience, is neuromodulation combined with learning and educational therapy. One without the other doesn't work well, but neuromodulation will help rebalance the functional electrophysiological workings in your child's brain. And even if they are severely autistic, you will see improvements that will be quickly visible. Again, I'm not promising a cure, but I am promising improvements that, at least in my case, have been observed very significantly. I'll say it again, first week, hypersensitivity disappeared. First month, stereotypies and self-stimulation decreased by about 80%. Return of affection, that's also something new. In my case, I'll share in other videos on this channel any further changes we see in Alexandre. Now, as of today, in 3 months, this is what I've seen. Hypersensitivity has disappeared, almost total disappearance of stereotypies and self-stimulation, which is absolutely incredible. Affection has returned. Alexandre comes to see me every morning for a hug. Is that a typical symptom for an autistic child? These are things we're reactivating through neuromodulation, which is creating a breakthrough in Alexandre's progress, which I'm sharing with you here today. So I hope this video raises awareness on this issue and also provides some value regarding the major impact neuromodulation can have for your child. And I wish you the best of luck with the improvement, which I sincerely hope for your autistic child and your family as well.